Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about platinums, but not platinum preppies, because previously a platinum preppy is the only pen I've owned from Platinum, and that deeply offended Bryce. So I came home from the Chicago Pen Show with something super fun in this box. So we're finally going to ink it up and have a play. So inside this box we have a Platinum 3776 Century pen, and I know a lot of people have started with this pen as their gold nib pen. I did not. I started with vintage gold nibs and then went to Sailor and have tried some other stuff, and have sort of always overlooked Platinum 3776 Century pens. But today we're going to have a play with this pen because it has a super fun nib on it. Look at that beast of a nib. This is the Platinum Coarse nib. Platinum makes 7 nib sizes on this model, from ultra extra fine through music. Some point I will own one of their music nibs because I utterly adore a music nib. For this one though, we went with Coarse, which in most brands is a double broad. In Platinum though, they call it a Coarse, and it does have the little heart shape on the nib. So it's a little black dress pen. Any ink can go in it. It's a pretty standard pen color, and I haven't done my Chicago ink swatches yet, but I do know that I love this ink color from Sailor. So we are going to ink up this pen with Sailor Mano Azuki, however you say it, and then we will get into the writing sample because I am very excited to actually have a play with this pen. Cartridge converter. It's got metal hardware, so you cannot eyedropper this pen. I like that I opened it not in ink, but let's flip this around. Let's grab the little Esterbrook cloth because there is a fairly sizable air bubble. I will say, I wish more higher end pens had something to help you remove the air bubbles in them, like the lower end pens do with the springs or the little balls. I miss those in higher end pens. They do make it much easier to burp a pen. There we go. All right. All inked up and with minimal ink on my fingers. Some, but not a lot. So let's put this back together and then we'll get into the writing sample. So for our writing sample today, we are using Endless Regalia storyboard paper, which is a dot, and this is a Platinum. Three, 7, 7, 6 Century, black and gold, with a coarse nib. I don't think I spelled that correctly, and the ink is ooh, that's a very nice big juicy nib. Sometimes I find that nibs that are this big and put down this much ink aren't as smooth as I want them to be. This though is very nice. It is a bit big for using every day in my planner, but I think it'll definitely be a pen that gets used all the time, especially with inks like this that do have just a little bit more shading to them. It is super fun to use a bigger nib that puts down a bit more ink. So let me know if you've got a Platinum Century pen in your collection. I have to say, I think I've always just overlooked them because in look, they do look so similar to other cigar-shaped pens like a Mont Blanc 146 or 149, but they do have a very different hand feel. It is definitely much lighter than my 146, and it is a very comfortable pen in the hand. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you very much to Luxury Brands for providing me with the pen, and I hope you enjoyed the video.